The gonadotropin-releasing hormone, released from hypothalamus, stimulates the cells of the anterior pituitary, called gonadotrophs, to secrete gonadotropins. That include two types of hormones, FSH, or follicle-stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone, or LH. Here, in this particular part, we will have a look on the follicle-stimulating hormone, as known as FSH. Well, follicle-stimulating hormone is a glycopeptide, and structurally it is quite similar to luteinizing hormone, or LH, thyroid-stimulating hormone, or TSH, and human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG. All of these consists of two polypeptide units, alpha and beta subunits, that are required for biological activity. All of these four hormones have a similar alpha subunit, having 92 amino acids. But what makes them different is the beta subunit that is unique for each of them. Beta subunit of FSH consists of 118 amino acids. LH beta consists of 121 amino acids, while beta subunit of thyroid-stimulating hormone consists of 112 amino acids, and that of HCG has 145 amino acids. Now, to begin with the functions of FSH. In males, FSH acts on the testes and stimulates the production of sperm, that is spermatogenesis, while in females, it acts of ovaries and stimulates the production of eggs, known as oogenesis. Now, let's see how. Firstly, have a look what's actually happening in a male reproductive system. Here is a testis. Within testis, we have seminiferous tubules that are in fact the site of spermatogenesis, where germ cells develop into spermatozoa. Now, inside the seminiferous tubule, we have a group of cells known as Sertoli cells, also called as sustentacular cells, and even nurse cells. Why they are known as nurse cells? Because they are known to provide nutrition to spermatozoa. Let's zoom in to have a clear picture of seminiferous tubules. So here is the lumen of the tubule. These are Sertoli cells, or nurse cells as I said. Right here. In yellow are another type of cells, known as Leydig cells, or the interstitial cells of testes, because these are present in the interstitial space, where blood vessels and capillaries are found. Now let's zoom in a little more to see what's actually happening within these Sertoli cells. So what happens is that when follicle-stimulating hormone is released, and it binds to its receptors on the testes, these are coupled to G protein. Through a couple of steps, it stimulates the Sertoli cells to produce Androgen-Binding Protein, abbreviated as ABP. This ABP is secreted into the luminal space of the seminiferous tubule near the developing sperm cells. Here, you can see the sperm cells. What does this androgen-binding protein do? It's obvious from its name that it binds androgens. Androgen is the sex hormone, and here in the testis we have male sex hormone, testosterone. Testosterone is secreted by the Leydig cells in the interstitial spaces, from where it diffuses into the seminiferous tubules. So, this androgen-binding protein binds to the testosterone here and initiates sperm production and growth, what we call spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis. Another thing happened to this testosterone inside the Sertoli cells is that it is converted into estradiol, which is the predominant form of estrogen. Well, this conversion is brought about by an enzyme, aromatase. And interesting is that synthesis of this enzyme P450 aromatase is also caused by the same mechanism, initiated by the follicle-stimulating hormone. Not only this, but under the action of follicle-stimulating hormone, Sertoli cells synthesize and secrete another hormone called inhibin. Inhibins are members of the so-called transforming growth factor beta of TGF-beta gene family. Name inhibin indicates that it actually inhibits something. So, what it is supposed to do is that it inhibits the production of FSH from hypothalamic pituitary axis. And what this kind of inhibition is called? Yes, negative feedback mechanism. So, inhibin is giving a negative feedback signal to hypothalamus and pituitary to stop producing FSH, because there are already enough sperms. Furthermore, FSH causes the synthesis of certain growth factors and other products by the Sertoli cells that support sperm cells and spermatogenesis. These substances significantly increase the number of spermatogonia, spermatocytes, and spermatids in the testis. FSH may also increase the fertility potential of sperm, and this is thought to be the result of stimulation of sperm motility, rather than from an increase in the number of sperms. So, that's what this follicle-stimulating hormone does in the testes. You can find out how luteinizing hormone acts on the testes in the next section.
Explore our extensive library of over 1,800 video lectures to learn about a wide range of topics. Only on sqadia.com.